they were like just showing me how to build a 501(c) and build a nonprofit. Because I was like, all right, I'm gonna do a nonprofit ministry and stuff, give back, serve.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about music and all of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then got all that done, got the paperwork and all of that done. And then Spirit said, no,
Mm.
you're gonna do what you've been doing. I told you I'm gonna call you out for the kingdom. Learn, I told you when you were moving around with Lil John, learn everything, learn how to move around the world, learn how to move on a high level, learn how to build and deal with your relationships. Because everything you
Yeah.
doing, you'll take this and you're gonna do this for kingdom.
Mm.
So go make a radio show. Go do the thing that you've been doing. I was like, what?
Mm.
I wasn't even trying to do that. I was like, all right, I just moved out. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, I'm gonna just make me an air check. And that's when I started like diving into Christian hip hop. And I was like, oh, this is what Up RG is. This dude fire.
Yeah.
This dude Hovey. I like this. This dude no big deal. I like this. Of course,
Yeah.
Lecrae. I already knew who Lecrae was.
Yeah.
Then I started learning. Forrest Frank. Oh, I like that. And then I just started nerding out and then learning who these artists were and the music and listening to all their projects and going crazy. And Nike, oh man, yeah. And oh 1K Few, oh okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh I, I put the air check together, this sample show, and I was like, yo, this show fire. And I mean, man, mind you, I haven't done radio in years. Like I was doing the whole Gangster Girls radio and all of that stuff, and that
Yeah.
was my thing. But I like walked away from it. But it was like riding a bike when I came back and did it, right? And
Yeah.
I remember doing it in the studio, and the engineer, he didn't know nothing about CHH. He was like, "This Christian hip hop?" I said, "Yes, bro." This like he started looking it up and Shazamming and Spotify. He's like, "Oh, yeah."
Yeah.
So I remember, um, it was a day I got frustrated with the city office, with the 501, the charity office, the paperwork. I was like, something. I was like, man, let me just go get something to eat and take my mind off it. Before that, I called my friend who was a sales executive at Radio One. That's who I called to try to figure it out, how to get the show on. And
Yeah.
also shout out to Darlene McCoy, who was a syndicated nightly radio host at Praise
Yeah.
One. She was
Yeah.
the one who told me, because I was gonna go to the gospel station. She was like, nah, you gonna go to Hot 107.9. You gotta go where you gotta speak to the youth, you gotta speak to them people that they need to hear this. You're gonna make a big impact.
Yeah.
She's the one who told me to do it. So I called
Oh wow.
but then I called my man Lakeem, who's a sales exec at Radio One. He was like, all right, man, I gotta just, that's my bro. He was like, yo, just give me he was busy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So fast forward, I was frustrated because I was something with the charity's office. They like, oh, something with the paperwork. I was like, I'm like, man, let me go get something to eat.
Yeah.
So I go sit down at this spot on Ponce by myself. Who walks in? My man Lakeem. What? He like, oh, I know this guy. What is it, man? Well, tell me what it is. What do I have on my phone? The air check.
Wow.
I like, listen to this. He like, man, this is dope, man. And I'm telling him the same story I'm telling you. Everything.
Yeah.
I told him about my divine encounter, the Job moment. He don't know that I went through all of that.
Yeah.
He was some man sense. How you doing, man? It was like
Yeah.
that. So he like, oh no. He said, now this is why this stuff. Listen to this.
Yeah.
He said, since I don't know anything about Christian hip hop or anything, but I have to make sure that we get your show on the air. You don't do it. Let me go talk to the powers that be. It's my duty to go do this.
Wow. Wow.
We don't know nothing about CHH.
Yeah, that's favor.
The next day he calls me. He said, yo, program director wants you to, he said, call him. Call him now. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
All right. I call him. Program director, pick up the phone right now. Devin Steele. Shout out my man Devin Steele. And Devin busy. He don't never pick. You got them bosses that don't never pick. You go like, he busy. Yo, Sense. Where you at? Come to the station. What? All right. Now, mind you, remember I said I kept bumping my head on the wall and all that?
Yeah.
I'm moving with this chosen journey thing. And it's just, yo. I'm like, what? Wow. God is opening these doors.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I go to the station, meet with him. He's like, yo, this show crazy. I need you to make 3 more. I'm like, 3 more? All right. 2 weeks later, I'm like, yo, I made the 3 more. Come back to the station. Come back. Meeting lasted 5 minutes. You start June 9th. We're going to get the paperwork and everything done. You start June 9th. I'm like, what? All right, bet. That's
wow. Man, that was amazing. That was amazing. I have so many questions. I know we limit for time, but
nah, bro, you good.
Okay. It just
you good.
when you was
Don't
going
feel
through
rushed. You good.
Okay. When you was going through all that, did anybody in the industry like see how you were doing, or like it was it just like God was isolating you?
I was isolated.
Wow.
And I don't feel, I don't have like, if you want to use the word bitter, I don't feel, no.
Wow.
I knew I had to be isolated.
Yeah.
I don't have any type of feeling about, I knew that I had to be isolated.
Yeah.
Like when Moses left Egypt and had to go to Midian, and you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And until he, and then met his wife and
yeah.
then it was time when God was like, all right, now go back to Egypt.
Yeah.
It was like the spirit knew I had, that was my spirit, like my spirit knew that I had to be, you like, that's why I never, that would like, I never felt like that, like, man, ain't nobody, you know how people be like, man, ain't nobody.
Yeah.
I knew it. Now the flesh in me was like, man, some people, yeah, I didn't hear from nobody.
Wow.
I had a couple close friends that had nothing to do with the industry and all of that.
Yeah.
My man Striker, and my man Hassan.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Wow.
That was it. My family.
Wow.
Mom.
Yeah.
That was it.
Wow.
That was it, bro.
Because I feel like that's a very humbling experience, being like on the top of the world, not the top of the world, but just up there, and then saying like, yo, I'm at a warehouse doing boxes and stuff like that. And I know like that could be a pride crusher, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I didn't have any pride that needed to be crushed. I always been pretty humble.
Got you.
I mean, yeah, people got, flesh, you got ego. Everybody, you know, I ain't gonna act like I'm like perfect individual, but God, he knew what he was doing. Yeah. So that was, but I was just like, it is what it is. I didn't even want to go and apply for the job.
Wow.
But I'd had to.
Wow. Did at the time when you were in DJing, doing your thing, was Christian hip hop ever on y'all radar like that? Like in your sphere of influence? I remember of course Church Clothes happened with Lecrae, but besides that, because I know Don Cannon hosted it. Yeah.
Cannon as a producer was rocking with Lecrae.
Got you. Okay.
That was like his thing.
Yeah.
That what he was doing as a producer, but like no.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, man. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I mean, I think you know what it is? Hearing your story, it's like God was like, I want you to, like you said, Moses, like literally Moses. It's a combination of Job and Moses. It's like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I know exactly what you're saying, and I hate to be compared. That feels weird to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It feels like, and I've had other people say that to me, and I'm like,
yeah,
bro, it was weird, bro. Like,
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just real humble and selfless about it.
Yeah.
But I draw to Exodus a lot to try to get some insight. I'm like,
yeah.